Hey friends, welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. It's so good to see you all again. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but this is the second time of the week that we are with you now. So every single week we do our LinkedIn Lives like we have been doing 2 p.m. Eastern Time on a Tuesday. But now on a Thursday, the times are changing. Mike Quinn and I, so if you're familiar with Mike Quinn, CEO of HireMilitary and LinkedIn Top Voice, are sharing our office hours with you for an hour each week. The times will vary across the Thursday just to capture everybody that we possibly can. But this week we are going live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So if you want more of an opportunity to have a chat with us, definitely come along. We will get that invite posted up for you so that you can get that added to your calendar. Hi, everybody. Michael, Christopher, Larry, Jake. It's lovely to see you. Really lovely to see you. Jake is one of our clients from Masonite. If you haven't joined us before, this is 30 minutes of our week where we share our newest and greatest, hottest jobs that we have taken in this week. So they will be SkillBridge internship opportunities or permanent positions. We also love to give back about 5 or 10 minutes at the end to answer any questions that you may have for us. So any challenges, any issues, anything that you are finding this week in terms of the job search or anything employment related, it could even be LinkedIn related. Definitely do throw those questions in the comments and we will get back to you as soon as possible. For your situational awareness, if you are not familiar, we probably have around 100 roles, both on the LinkedIn, I've said LinkedIn twice now, that's a thing today for me, obviously, the SkillBridge side, LinkedIn on my brain, but also on the direct hire side. So please do remember that what we share with you on this live is purely a highlight reel. So if you think, oh, that's not for me, don't dismiss us at hand. Definitely do take a look at our website, HireMilitary.us, because we have many other opportunities there across the whole of the US as well as remote. Those also do change on a daily basis. So bookmark that and take a look back every couple of days or so because we do add new roles on the daily. We are here for the whole of the military population, transitioning service members, military spouses, as well as the veterans amongst us. So it's really great to see you all. Pop a note in the comment, tell us where you're watching in from, and tell us if you're watching this live or if you are after the fact, because we do go back and we mind the comments afterwards, and we do like to respond to as many of you as possible. Hey, David, Darnell, Wayne, Austin, Kathy, it's lovely to see you. Also, we really want to know the sorts of roles that you are looking for. If we can't help you today, we want to be able to help you in the future. So we want to know in what career field or vertical you're looking so that we can talk to our corporate partners about those types of positions. So before we get going, let's make some introductions. I'm not going to go first today. I'm going to hand over to Amber. Amber, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thanks, Lucy. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. I see a lot of new people that we haven't seen before, so that's very, very exciting. David, Brian, Matt, thanks so much for joining us. Brooke, my name is Amber. I'm on the recruiting team here with HireMilitary. I'm an Air Force veteran and a military spouse now. What else? Oh, my location. I'm in San Antonio. I kind of went blank there for a minute, but I'm tuning in from San Antonio. I have some exciting opportunities to share today, so stick around, and I'm going to pass it over to you, Matt.
All right, thank you, Amber. I'm Matt, one of the recruiters at HireMilitary, was a Marine Corps veteran, former SkillBridge intern with HireMilitary. I'm located in East Tennessee. It's getting a little cold here. It's not Alaska cold for Lucy, but it's low 30s. It's pretty miserable. I'm not going to lie.
Ooh, that is cold.
Yeah, I don't want to go outside. Anyway, it's great to be here to come in for another week. A couple of great job opportunities for you. We do have a lot more on our website. We'll kind of go into some more detail with that later on. But again, if you're interested in something specific, just put it in the chat. So let us know if you have questions. Put them in there. Let us know, because at the end, if we have some good questions, we'll hopefully be able to take some time to answer them for you. Audrey, I'm sorry, we have before. Sorry.
Hello. I know
you're new.
I'm a lookalike. I'm trying to match the beard, Audrey's beard, but my name is Before Agby. I am just like Matt. I am a SkillBridge intern that took the position, somewhat of a success story. I like to say that I got hired on, and I work as a sourcing coordinator. I'm 20 years in the Army as a medic. Now I'm working talent acquisitions, and I'm a SkillBridge recruiter. In here, I would say stationed, but I'm no longer stationed. I live here near Tacoma, Washington, and I have 2 opportunities I'll be showing on the SkillBridge side today, specifically in Washington where I'm at. So please reach out. But we have so many more on our website. We'll get into that later. Again, I'm glad to be here, and that's all I have so far, Lucy.
Thank you. I mean, so much to say. I've just realized, you guys, you really did utilize that SkillBridge internship as it was meant to be, to transition from a completely different career field into talent acquisition. So I think definitely that's a conversation for another time here. There are a few people that I really want to welcome that I can see are in the comments. Josh Brown, really lovely to see you. Nice to see you there. And before, our new friend Andrew is with us with a photo on his LinkedIn profile. So Andrew, great to see you. Really, really happy that you're joining us today. I'm Lucy. I head up the talent acquisition team here at HireMilitary. So look after both the SkillBridge intern recruiters as well as your direct hire ones that will support you. As you can probably tell by my accent, I am not a veteran. I come by way of London a really, really long time ago, and my husband is active duty Air Force. So for my sins, and I really mean there must have been quite a few in a previous life, we are in the interior of Alaska, where 35 degrees would be balmy, Matt. It's currently 21 and partly sunny, apparently. It's pretty chilly up here right now, and it's only going to get worse. So please do give me a shout out if you have been stationed in Alaska before, or if you are here right now, because it's nice to know that there are, in numbers, I've got that support around us. Also, before we get moving on, I see Elijah, another friend of ours, has joined. He joined us on a few of our audios previously, so it's really lovely to see you here, Elijah. So before we move on to the recruiters talking about our newest opportunities, just remember, we have our website, HireMilitary.us. So if you don't hear a role today that really speaks to you, take a look at the other ones that we have. Also, if you take a look at our website, you are able to register your interest for our permanent roles as well as our SkillBridge internships. So if your time isn't up quite yet for SkillBridge, if you're not really at that point, or if you want to let us know that you're looking for a role, but perhaps we haven't got what you're looking for right now, or you want us to consider you in the future, definitely do join our talent pools there, because we go to those before we go out to market with the new positions. So enough from me today. Buff, I'm going to hand over to you. Tell us about SkillBridge.
Thank you, Lucy. For everybody new that's in today's event, HireMilitary's SkillBridge program. It is we provide DoD SkillBridge programs for internship opportunities, such as myself and Matt. This is for eligible transitioning service members during their last 6 months of service. The time is calculated from your ETS or EAS, and it typically run between 90 to 120 days. Mainly based on your performance and other factors, there's a high probability of full-time offer for completion in the SkillBridge program. If you'd like to learn more, please reach out to me. I have frequently asked questions, frequently asked answers as well. But the 2 roles I'd like to share with you guys today, specifically in Washington, is with a company called Engineering Remediation Resource Group, ERRG. The role is a project engineer. Again, the office is located in Redmond, Washington, right in the Seattle area. And they're looking for a full-time hire who's self-motivated, independent, dependable, and a strong communicator. Some of the tasks that they'll be doing is task management for support and execution of environment remediation projects. And they'll be supporting and planning, executing field work. You'll be interpreting specifications. You'll be coordinating various phases of construction and keeping pretty much projects and processing functions on track. Some of the requirements is OSHA certification, also an 8-hour HAZWOPER refresher. They do have a degree as a requirement, but if you have experience in that field, they're likely to start an interview with you to see if you match the qualifications. Again, that's a project engineer with ERRG in Redmond, Washington. I know we got a typo in there. It's Redmond. That's my fault. Redmond, Washington, in Seattle. The second role we have is a project coordinator. This is Woodinville, Washington, just north of Seattle, about 30 minutes north of Seattle, with a company called Foremost Fuji. They're a packaging industry. They've been in business for 50 years, and the position is in office with an opportunity to work from home occasionally. So it's a highly sought after project coordinator in a highly sought after area. The general duties is coordinating and tracking projects, ensuring accuracy in each step of the process. And also you'll be doing interfacing with customers, and you'll be giving them updates on their orders and also some of the proposals. Some of the qualifications is pretty basic. It's just high level of customer service with a team player attitude. You know you got that if you're LinkedIn on here on LinkedIn today, and also a strong written and verbal communication skills. Again, that's for a project coordinator in Woodinville, Washington. If you are interested, please reach out. If you want to check out on our site, HireMilitary.us, there's 87 opportunities today. Yesterday there was 91, and that just shows how many we fill day to day. If you can filter them by state and also industry if you want to look by that filter. But that's all I have today, Lucy.
You're wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing those. Definitely Pacific Northwest centric on those SkillBridge opportunities we've shared, but we do have them all over the country as well as remote. Amber, hit us up. What have you got today on the permanent job side?
You've got it, Lucy. Before I jump in to share some really exciting positions to include project manager, let me tell you, if you don't hear of a position that you're interested in today, definitely check out our website. As before mentioned, joining that, and Lucy mentioned also, joining the talent pool is definitely helpful. As we get new positions, that's the first place we look before we even share it with our community to get applications otherwise. So we have about 90 positions currently that are available for direct hire, meaning our partner companies are looking for folks to start in a more immediate time frame. So the first one I'm going to start off with today is a project manager. This one is listed in Abilene, but hold tight with me. I know Abilene's not everybody's dream spot to land. Our client is one of the nation's top performing banks. So this project manager will really work with the goals, the tasks, and the resource requirements. And there may be a little bit of travel required, up to about 15% of travel. Qualifications for this project manager, looking at about 3 to 5 years of project management experience. They do prefer a bachelor's. If you have that PMP, definitely valuable. So here's the key. If this project manager position is of interest to you, you're not located in Abilene, near Abilene, they may consider a more hybrid approach for the right candidate. Right candidate being typically in the Texas area, but reach out, drop it in the comments if you're interested. This is a project manager position and based out of Abilene. Let me know if you have any questions though. I'll be happy to answer those. The next one I'm going to share is an Intel analyst. This one is in South Carolina, in Sumter. Our client delivers comprehensive and innovative solutions to our military, to law enforcement, and to other civilian agencies nationwide. We actually have 2 Intel analysts that are out of Sumter. So one of them requires 4 years of experience. The other has about 8 years of direct experience that's required. Both roles do need a TS SCI and a bachelor's degree. So that's an Intel analyst. There's 2 positions. Be sure to check them both out on our website, HireMilitary.us, if you're interested. Feel free to drop it in the comments also, and I'd be happy to reach back out to you following this live to share a little bit more details. I have one more position. This is a brand new position. It's not even posted on our website yet, but it's a production scheduler. This one is based out of Kansas City, Missouri, and it's with one of our partner companies that we've had some really, really great success with over the last 6 to 8 months. So a little bit about our company, our partner company. They're about 200 years old, so they come with a really, really rich history. They're a nationwide leader in the metal industry, and the really nice thing about them is they offer benefits starting on day 1. So in this production scheduler position, you'll have a huge hand in the in and outbound of the metal processing and their distribution center. Qualifications for this production scheduler include a high school diploma, and they do have a preference for somebody that has SAP experience. So if that sounds like you're in Kansas City, to drop that in the comments, production scheduler, and I will be happy to have a conversation with you. Matt, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate it. It's all good stuff. Now I'm going to share 3 different positions. A couple of them are going to be in some different locations. The first one is a packaging supervisor. So this one's in Nashville, Tennessee. Beautiful area. It's with a vinyl record production company. So basically what you're going to be doing you're ensuring compliance with manufacturing processes, in accordance with OSHA standards, company policies, procedures. You're supporting the development of SOPs for packaging operations, and you're monitoring the daily packaging schedule. They're really starting to grow and develop and looking to almost triple the size of the company over the next year. So they really need some people with strong leadership. Really just look for somebody that has 2 years of previous manufacturing or distribution experience. This would be great for somebody coming out of the military. Could be an option for SkillBridge. So if you're in that area, you're looking to relocate to that area, you can still reach out and let us know. You're starting off about $50K annually, which is respectable starting period. There's a lot of room for growth within the company. The next one I have is a production supervisor. So this is in 3 different locations. It's going to be in Houston, Texas, Salina, Kansas, and Stillwell, Oklahoma. So what they're looking for, somebody with food distribution background. It's a nationwide food manufacturing distribution company. 4 to 5 experience working, preferably in food industry manufacturing or equivalent combination education experience. Really look for at least 2 years of supervision, preferably more, but 2 years is the minimum. You really only need a high school diploma for this. They do want somebody with a bachelor's degree. So if you're not coming from that food manufacturing distribution background, that's where the education is going to kind of supplement that. People come out of the military and food service industry, it's a good opportunity for you if that's something you want to continue pursuing. Excellent opportunities. You need to have the ability to effectively supervise line employees. This manufacturing company has a lot going on. Experience with Lean Six Sigma is a huge plus. 60 to 70K is the salary for this, and that depends on the location. Houston, Salina, Oklahoma is not bad, cost of living, but it just depends on the location. The last one I have is a warehouse manager in Edina, Minnesota. So what you're responsible for is maintain, organize, well-stocked tool room, equipment, work areas. You work in conjunction with a whole bunch of different people within the organization. I was coordinating deliveries, things like that. You need a minimum 3 years of warehouse management environment. So, people coming out with that supply chain background is really important. You really only need a high school diploma or GED for this. But experience in a construction-related business experience is preferred. It is a major nationwide construction company. You're looking at about 50 to 75K, depending on your experience, education level. But it's an excellent opportunity, again, for somebody coming out of the military, just veterans with that background. Again, that one's in Edina, Minnesota. Production supervisors in Houston, Texas, Salina, Kansas, Stillwell, Oklahoma. And then the packaging supervisor located in Nashville, Tennessee. Those are the 3 I have. Again, if you're interested in any of those, you can type it in the comments. But really, the best thing you can do is go to the website and apply through there. It's just a great way to be able to track everything and take a look at your resume. If that stands out to you, look at the job descriptions. Start tailoring your resume now. So if we reach out to you, have it ready to go. That's one of the biggest, piece of advice I can give going forward. If you see something, start looking at the job description and tailor your experience to what they're looking for. Lucy, I'll turn it back over to you.
I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you so much. I think something that Matt touched on today is really important to highlight. Every role that you will see on our direct hire opportunities page come with the actual salary located there, so that we tell you the salary up front, even if it's a ballpark or a range, as well as the benefits that you can expect from the companies that you apply to. And we do that based on the fact that we really want to commit to you and giving you as much information as possible when it comes to identifying who you want to make your applications to. In addition, when you do engage with us, if we do identify that your skill set, your background is a good fit for the clients that we are looking after, our corporate partners out there in the US, we will do our level best to really get you through the process so that your resume, once it lands on our partner's desk, is actually read through and is a competitive one that really demonstrates and highlights your ability and your skill set. So they take a look and go, wow, we really want to meet this person. And I think Matt also touched on it. When you are making applications, really do take time. And we know it's exhausting. Believe us, we really know it is tiresome to tailor and target your resume specifically for the role that you're applying to. And I think, this probably isn't the first time you've heard those words. And it's really easy for us who are in the industry, who live, breathe, eat, sleep this day in, day out, to know what we're talking about. But in reality for you, what that means is identifying the core competencies, the keywords and the skill sets from the job description and making sure that they are reflected in those companies' words in your resume. So don't just assume because you've got a logistics experience that they're going to know that you've got a background in supply chain. You may not use the word supply chain on your resume because in your line of work, in your career field, the two go hand in hand. In the civilian world, they don't. So that really is what you need to do. You need to make sure that what they are looking for is accurately reflected in your resume. And if you need some further support, we'll drop a link later, but HireMilitary wrote a really phenomenal newsletter about how to do this and how to go about it the best way to include a template for you to start from. So we've had a couple of questions that I'm going to just move on to quickly, but before I do, we've got a couple of people here from the UK today, or some, like somebody said, from good old Blighty. So I just wanted to give a shout out. It's lovely to see you. Don't come across Brits very often anymore. So first question we've had is, Amber, I'm going to ask you to answer this one. Derek asked us, we've been talking about a job pool. What is this job pool that we are talking about, and how do we find candidates from it?
Yeah, I think that Derek, it looks like Derek is looking for people that may want to fill his positions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay. But if for the job seekers and the SkillBridge folks, if you go to our website, HireMilitary.us, you're going to see two different options there for a talent pool. The talent pool for direct hire is for those that are on the job hunt right now. And then same thing for SkillBridge. Those folks are looking for, that talent pool is for those that are seeking a SkillBridge internship currently. And those are the first places that we go as a recruiting team to look as we get new positions to fill, whether it's for direct hire or whether it's for the SkillBridge side. But we always go to that talent pool first.
I appreciate that. Stand corrected, but a good information again. So this is to all of the recruiters here, and I think this could be sort of a roundtable chat. Our friend Jake at Masonite has asked, can we have a quick chat? Can we talk through the LinkedIn profile that people have and their mission statement, professional summary, and how candidates can market themselves better? So, when we see a candidate and we see their first, probably their elevator pitch, their first couple of sentences about themselves, what is it exactly we are looking for against each candidate? Matt, I'm going to go to you first, and then maybe before, and Amber, you can pitch in.
Okay, that was actually a very good question because it's extremely relevant for recruiting purposes. Because, I can search for folks on LinkedIn, or if they apply through the website, I see I have a LinkedIn profile, I'm going to click on it and go to it. If I'm looking for an operations manager and I don't see anything operations related in the headline, I'm going to start wondering if that person's the right person for this job. So it needs to be kind of tailored to that. I see it a lot of times on LinkedIn. In the headline, it has 5 or 6 different job titles, all the things that you're good at. You kind of do need to focus on what it is you're looking for. Like, what are you looking to do? If it's operations supervisor, operations manager, and anything leadership related, you can put that in there, tie into what it is you're looking to do. That should flow down into the summary section, operations related things that you've done. If it's just mix match a bunch of random stuff thrown in there about you, it doesn't flow, it doesn't tell you exactly who you are. It's hard for us to understand this is probably a good candidate we want for this operations manager position. If you're looking for logistics, we don't see anything logistics in there. It's going to be kind of hard to decide if this is the right person for this job. So it all starts at the very top, even from your background photo to the headline, to the summary section, the skills section, recommendations, all that good stuff. It should all flow sequentially throughout your profile. That's probably the best advice I can give in the amount of time that we have. I go on for a while.
Yeah, I know you could, Matt. And to kind of go backward from you, what you're saying is all your summary stuff is supporting your headline, right? It qualifies what you're supporting in your headline. And I'll start with the picture. Go into the picture, put a picture up there. Smile. All right. I seen a few folks in there, and I did an interview with the candidate, and he said, "I'm like, why aren't you smiling in your profile picture? You're just going for customer service representative." And I'm like, "Why are you not smiling?" And he's like, "Well, I'm kind of I have a gold tooth, and that's kind of frowned upon." I was like, all right, okay, all right. So he had a reason why he didn't, but it's okay. It's all right. You're trying to show the human aspect of it in your profile picture and your background. But what Matt was saying, absolutely, having the summary to back up what your headline is saying is good. But the first 5 seconds, I'm looking at a candidate. I'll see in their headline if we should dig further, and like kind of same thing with the resume, So profile on LinkedIn is fantastic. And Andrew Fife, thanks for putting a picture on there. We did that yesterday. You looks good, buddy. And I also want to give a shout out to Lamont Void. He's in the chat as well. He is a newly went through the interview process, and he'll be starting an internship here shortly with Splunk. So another good success story. Good to see you in the chat, buddy.
And I think it's also fair to say what we don't like to see in that profile. For me, I don't really like to see competencies. And if you've been around here for a while, you will know I detest the phrase servant leader. Really detest it. Don't say it around me. Because it really means nothing. I need to know where you've put your stake in the ground, who you are, what you are able to do, and the sorts of roles you were looking for. So if you put open to HR, supply chain, and operations management, I'm going to be confused because I don't know what you are really. You really need to identify clearly and explicitly in one realm up front who you are, so that when recruiters are looking at your profile, they really do get a sense of what you're able to bring to their table. And I think just finishing up here, that is the biggest thing. If you take nothing away from this conversation today, take this piece. When you're submitting a resume, you're writing it yourself. You know everything there is to know about your experience and your career. I need you now to reposition that thinking. When you're putting a resume together, consider it from a perspective of somebody who knows nothing about you. Will they get the same level of confidence from the resume that you yourself, who is the writer, the author, have when you've written it? Have you explained yourself properly? Have you fully demonstrated your skill set and your alignment to the role? And if the answer is no, then try again. And I think that for me is the biggest disconnect within our population here, the military transitioning population. It's really hard to take a military career and put it into a 2-page civilian resume. And we know that. We really appreciate that. And if you are struggling, there are nonprofit support services out there who would love to engage and help you in a career coaching and counseling way. So you've got Vet Jobs, you've got Hire Heroes USA. You can connect with mentors, with Veterati or ACP. These are all nonprofits that were set up and stood up specifically to support the military community. So please do take advantage of everything that's at hand and connect with these organizations. From me, I think that's about it today. Amber, you didn't say anything just then. Was there anything more you wanted to add?
Sure I can. Absolutely. I think it comes to, LinkedIn profile and resume, talking about both of them is how wide you're casting your net, right? Like so many people in the transitioning space that maybe aren't quite sure. And so maybe I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do this. And there's an option of 6 or 7 things they could potentially transfer their skills in. But being able to shorten and close that net just a little bit, really refine the profile, refine the resume so that it looks like you absolutely meet all of the qualifications. You've done the job that they're looking to do. Resume, in regards to your resume and in regards to your LinkedIn profile. So close that net just a little bit for sure.
I appreciate you. For all of those that we didn't answer their questions or get to them today verbally, we will go back into the comments later and just drop a quick response back. It was so lovely to see you all today. Remember, we're here again this time next week, 2 p.m. Eastern time, as always, for our lives. But this week, 11 a.m. Eastern time, we will be going live on audio, and you will absolutely get a chance to come up on stage, ask us questions, and have a conversation with us in real time, with everybody else being able to listen in to Mike and my audio, office audio hours, I think is what it's called. I can't quite remember. But lovely to see you all, and I hope you have a really great rest of your week. Bye-bye.